Just slushy snow remains across southern Wisconsin as conditions continue to improve tonight. But when can you expect the next chance of snow, and will it impact holiday travel?
I'm in my apartment. I am safe, secure, no problem.
Plus, the kayaker who faked his own death in Green Lake now telling law enforcement how he did it. This as authorities continue to try to convince him to return home.
And later we look into the issue of keeping teachers from leaving Wisconsin, what some people say is the cause, and the steps lawmakers are taking to retain our educators. We welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. And we begin with some breaking news. Madison police are investigating a shooting on the city's west side.
Right now, the violent crime unit says 2 people are hurt. News 3 Now's Ellie La Liberté is live at the scene of the shooting. Ellie, what are police saying at this hour?
Well, Susan and Eric, officers were dispatched here near the intersection of Schrader Road and Hampshire Place around 4:20 p.m. As you said, 2 people injured during a shooting. I'm going to take a step out of the way here so you can see some of the police presence behind me. Now, officers say that they provided medical care on scene, and both victims were taken to the hospital. Their injuries, though, are considered non-life-threatening. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Madison area Crime Stoppers because at this time, no arrests have been made. This is an ongoing investigation. We'll continue to keep you updated as we learn more. But for now, reporting live on Madison's west side, Ellie La Liberté, News 3 Now.
All right, Ellie, thank you. A taste of winter across southern Wisconsin. The early morning snow and throughout the day left behind some slushy roads and sidewalks.
And it wasn't just the snow. Strong winds also blew across the area. That made it very cold and made it feel even colder outside. But the snow may not be sticking around for long. Alex is out on the weather patio watching the forecast. Alex?
Yeah, Susan, not staying around for long. All we got left is that little bit of slushy snow here on the west side. We had about 2 inches of snow. Let's take a quick look at some of those snow totals that piled up. Beaver Dam, 6.5 inches, a bit more than what was forecasted. However, areas east of Madison did see those heavier totals. Airport about 2.5 inches. And we said if you went west of Madison, west of Dane County, not much at all. Look at Dodgeville, about 0.2 of an inch that has been reported to the National Weather Service. Now everything's transitioned over to rain and warm temperatures. We just have a brief shower or 2 out there up towards Beaver Dam. Actually, now it's east of Beaver Dam. We had some earlier sprinkles and showers here at the studio, but now just a raindrop or 2 across the southwestern part of Madison. Future track may be a little overdone with some of the rain shower activity, but nonetheless still expecting all in the form of rain now as temperatures have warmed up into the upper 30s to near 40 degrees in southern Wisconsin. Planning the rest of our evening right on the money, 41 with our temperature out here right now. A couple drops, 8 o'clock, a couple drops. Jacob will be tracking the last of those drops at 10 o'clock with temperatures still around 41. So the bottom line, rain showers overnight ending. The melting continues. Any slick spots, if there are any that remain, will completely go away over the course of tonight. And winds will slowly ease up. Susan said they were strong today, and boy, they sure were. Coming up in Maine weather, we're going to track the end of gusty winds.
All right, Alex, thanks so much. Many people woke up this morning to see that first snowfall of the season, and it came down pretty steadily throughout the afternoon as well.
That's right, and to see how people were coping with those conditions, our Merrill Hubbard is out near the Beltline. We sent the girl from San Diego to freeze in the Beltline, along the Beltline to see how folks were preparing. Merrill?
Yeah, Eric, maybe it is because I'm from San Diego, but I wasn't ready for this weather. But thankfully, it sounds like the city of Madison was. Now, we talked to the Madison City Street Department this morning to hear how the salting and plowing went. They say they knew this flurry was coming and that they've been keeping their eye out for anything unusual. So after some heavy snowfall in the evening, they got their crews out on the roads around 4:30 a.m. And they continued throughout the afternoon. They said they plowed here and there, but that they mostly focused on salting.
Kind of what we expected, maybe just a little bit later in the morning, but it's slick as you'll get when wet snow falls on warm ground, but otherwise I think we're performing pretty well and we're looking forward to changing over to rain.
We also talked to some UW-Madison students who were on their way to class and some parents who came down for the state championship football game. This is when it was the most blustery out, and this is how they prepared.
I brought my coat from home, brought my gloves, brought my hat and everything. It's good to see they have trucks out now plowing the snow too, so thankfully the city's a little prepared too, better than most, I think.
Well, I got long john sweatpants, wool socks, a heated vest, jacket.
Honestly, it's kind of fun. I like it.
I like it. It's a nice change of pace. It's pretty, and there's no slush yet.
Yeah.
So that's the most important part.
Yeah, and it's been drizzling ever since the snow stopped around 12 p.m. this afternoon. So that rain has melted a lot of the snow. So our first snowfall we can barely even see now. And after talking to the Madison City Streets Department, they tell me that the temperature outside and the temperature of the pavement is warm enough where this rain will not stick. So hopefully no ice skating on the pavement or the streets anytime soon. So for now, all we can do is stay safe, drive safe. You can see people are out driving like normal again as we head into these winter months. But for now, reporting on Madison's west side, Meryl Hubbard, News 4 Now.
All right, Meryl, thank you. I don't know if I believe that guy who said this is nice, but stay up to date on the weather.
Eric. It's November in Wisconsin.
For your First Warn Forecast weather app, hourly forecast road conditions, the latest radar, and you can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather.
Right now, flags are flying at half-staff to mark 3 years since the Waukesha Christmas Parade tragedy. Back in 2021, 6 people died after Darrell Brooks drove an SUV through the crowded Christmas parade. 60 others were injured. In 2022, a jury found Brooks guilty on all charges of 76 counts, including 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide. He is serving 6 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole.
And James Miker, the man accused of inappropriately touching 2 young boys while teaching swim lessons in 2022, testified in his case in court today.
It is the second day of the trial. He's faced with 3 felony counts of second-degree sexual assault of a child. He pleads not guilty. Each of the boys, their mothers, and the director of the Oregon pool where the swimming classes took place all testified on Wednesday. Jurors are set to return to the courtroom for the trial to continue tomorrow.
Authorities say they've made contact with a kayaker who faked his death in Green Lake this summer.
Sheriff's deputies say their main priority now is getting Ryan Borgward to return home to his wife and kids. Arman Rahman has more from Green Lake County.
It was off of Big Green Lake, this body of water, that the Green Lake County Sheriff's Office believes Ryan Borgward sunk his kayak and attempted to fake his own death before traveling across a much larger body of water overseas to Eastern Europe. Now they say they're learning more about how he did it straight from Ryan himself.
Good evening, it's Ryan Borgward.
From a faked drowning, a new development surfaces.
The great news, we know that he's alive.
Along with more questions.
The bad news is we do not know where Ryan exactly is. And he has not yet decided to return home.
Green Lake County Sheriff's deputies have been talking with Borgward since November 11th. He laid out for them how he sunk his kayak and phone in Big Green Lake, rode an e-bike about 70 miles to Madison, then took a bus to Detroit, then the Canadian border. They asked him to send this video for proof he was safe.
I'm in my apartment. I am safe, secure, no problem.
Sheriff Mark Podal says they only know he's somewhere in Eastern Europe. They did not know if he assimilated to life there or what or who was funding him.
What I know of him is he's probably got a job someplace. He's a pretty handy man.
But authorities say they're less concerned with what his life is like there and more concerned with getting him back to his life and family here.
We want to continue because he needs to come home to his kids. Christmas is coming. And what better gift he could give his kids is to be there for Christmas with him.
Sheriff Podal says they will keep trying to maintain communications with the Borgward in an effort to bring him home. Right now, no one else is under investigation for helping him leave Green Lake. Reporting in Green Lake County, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Armand, thank you. And according to the sheriff, Borgward took out a $375,000 life insurance policy, reportedly for his family, thinking of it as a way to try to make things better.
Still ahead on News 3 Now at 6, while the FAA says wait times at the airport may take even longer for the holidays.
Plus, some of you may be dreading seeing your relatives after the election. We'll share some tips on how to stop politics from ruining your Thanksgiving. Stay with us.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
Driving comes with risk. You may be a safe driver, but there's the risk that others are not. What's not a risk? Calling Gruber Law Offices. The call is free, and there's never a fee until we win. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, all right. Pep's Draft House. I believe it's Draft Haas.
Draft Haas. I think that's Italian.
Growler Pilsner to go? I gotta get back to Joe's Haas.
Got pizza in the house! Man, I'm glad this pizza's big. We got full Haas.
For pizza with big toppings and even bigger taste, you need to take it to the house. When you're gonna pizza, take it to the house. House. Pep's Draft House.
At Capri Communities, we're breaking the mold, embracing fun, and loving life every step of the way.
All right, time to show these kids how it's done. I'm coming for you, Dave. Bring it on, Harriet.
Adventure is ageless. Come live it up with us at Capri Communities.
Nobody wants to think about cold weather, but now's the time to winterproof your home. Is your house cold every winter? Your home needs foam. Are your heating costs too high? Your home needs foam. Do you have different temperatures in different rooms? Your home needs foam. USA Premium Foam is over 35% more efficient than ordinary, weaker insulation. Winterproof now and get 0% financing for 72 months.
USA Insulation.
A Madison apartment complex plagued by poor conditions and deadly violence.
My son got killed 2 months later.
Find out what happened after an outcry and desperate actions by residents here at the Harmony Apartments. News 3 Now investigates Monday at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
Well, the FAA says it may need to slow down air traffic during peak travel times this holiday season due to staffing issues. The Northeast could be hit the hardest, especially New York, due to a shortage of air traffic controllers in that area. In May, the FAA said it was short about 3,000 air traffic controllers overall. The FAA says the Tuesday before Thanksgiving will likely be the busiest travel day. It says any slowdowns in air traffic will be done to keep the skies safe for travelers.
Thanksgiving just a week away, and while it's a time for families to get together, some say they're still a little stressed out about gathering with people who may have voted differently. Psychiatrists say after an election, Americans need that quality time with loved ones, so don't let politics stop you. While it can be hard to avoid topics like politics, you don't have to avoid them. Instead, consider listening, and if things get too contentious, they say it's okay to take a break.
I really recommend having just a one-liner to be able to diffuse these difficult conversations if it gets to a contentious point. An example of something you might be able to say is, I really respect your opinion on this matter, and we're going to have to agree to disagree.
Also, remember, you're not always going to see eye to eye with every member of your family. You can't control their opinions. You can only control how you respond to those differences. And still ahead, learning with less.
When we come back, our LA La Liberté investigates the impact Act 10 has had on Wisconsin schools.
And could we see snow next week as well? Alex is back with your complete forecast after the break.
When it's time for better storage, Dakota Closets is the solution. Menards carries a great selection of closets that are perfect for any space. For home offices, laundry rooms, standard closets, and even storage for your kids' playrooms. There are so many ways to store your items. And with Dakota Closets, you can do it with style and ease. Right now, pick up this wooden playroom organizer for just $779.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Hello, Wisconsin insurance brokers. Are you seeking outstanding dental coverage options? Momentum Insurance is your answer. A locally owned Madison company, we specialize in meeting Wisconsin residents' dental insurance needs. Our comprehensive coverages, competitive commissions, bonus programs, and online portals are what set us apart. Partner with us to elevate your group dental offerings. For details, visit our website at MomentumPlans.com. Momentum Insurance, your partner for outstanding dental coverage.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
You don't need to battle addiction alone. Contact the great people at Wood Violet Recovery today. You could be on your way to recovery the same day. Wood Violet Recovery works with a wide range of insurance networks, so a large portion of your treatment may be covered. Wood Violet Recovery will create the treatment plan that best suits your needs. Unlike other rehab facilities, phones and laptops are welcome. Today may feel dark, but there's a brighter tomorrow. Contact Wood Violet Recovery now.
Nobody wants to replace the roof, but these days many roofs are only lasting 10 to 15 years, costing you tens of thousands of dollars. RoofMax makes your roof like new by strengthening and rejuvenating it. RoofMax treatments, started early enough, can extend the life of your roof by 15 years or more. And even if you think your roof is at the end of its life, 90% of the time, RoofMax can extend the life of your roof by 5 years at a fraction of the cost of a new roof. So give us a call and we'll give you a free assessment to see if your roof qualifies.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6. Moving forward.
Welcome back. Act 10 changed the power of unions in the state and changed some professions with it.
According to the State Department of Public Instruction, teacher salaries have decreased 20% since 2010. Our Ellie LaLiberte shows what the lingering effects of the law are today in schools.
It's been 13 years since Act 10 changed collective bargaining for employees like Wisconsin teachers. But what is the effect in schools today? Well, part of it is keeping teachers in the classroom. Amy Jerkowski has been a teacher in Wisconsin for decades.
This is actually my 20th year.
She's seen the highs and lows of public education.
Our working conditions are students' learning conditions.
Something the state superintendent, Jill Underly, agrees with.
Wisconsin public schools have been asked to do more with less for far too many years.
Learning with less, a message echoed by the State Department of Public Instruction. One major issue, teacher retention and recruitment. A report released by DPI earlier this year found that 4 of 10 first-year teachers either leave the profession or state altogether after 6 years.
It's hard to be an excellent teacher if you're not appreciated or you're not happy in your profession.
Amy says she's personally seen the change in her colleagues.
So feel there's a significant loss of people in this profession. Slowly, probably over the last 12 years or so, you just start to see people leave.
In 2011, Act 10 limited collective bargaining rights for most public employees. Because of the ruling, public employees can now only ask for raises tied to inflation, which supporters of the law say saved taxpayers money.
So Act 10 reduced teacher salaries, and we know that that has had a tremendous impact on the workforce.
But according to Sarah Shaw with the Nonpartisan Wisconsin Policy Forum, the lingering impact of Act 10 is complicated.
We saw huge amount of turnover following Act 10 that basically bounced back. And now has seen more fluctuations again, both in the wake of the pandemic and with a really tight labor market that has given workers more power to decide where they want to work for how much money.
Although Act 10 is not the single factor tied with teacher retention and recruitment issues, DPI is hoping to address the problem. The department recently proposed a $4 billion 2-year budget that shells out $60 million just for teacher retention and recruitment.
And if our priority is staff retention, then this budget allows us to have smaller class sizes, or the social work and psychology or psychologist and nursing support that we need at our schools. So
for Amy, it's progress.
It's never enough, but it definitely feels a step in the right direction to feel like our profession matters.
There are also efforts to strike down parts of Act 10. A Dane County judge called the law unconstitutional, however, has not issued a final decision. We can expect it to be upheld by the liberal majority state Supreme Court. Reporting in Madison, Ellie LaLiberte, News 3 Now.
Ellie, thank you. Wisconsin Teachers Union officials say if parts of Act 10 are struck down, it will help recruit and retain teachers by addressing pay and restoring the right to negotiate with employers.
Well, the snow and rain will be winding down this evening. Here's Alex with a complete look at the forecast.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. Let's take a quick peek here at our snow estimates, and it was right on the money. We said areas Madison and points to east would have the heavier amounts, and that verified a little bit more than anticipated, with some areas coming in east of Madison, east of the airport at 2.5 inches, 2 here at the studio. Some places coming in, Beaver Dam over 6 inches, 4 inches near Jefferson. So that wet, slushy snow verified with those strong winds that we experienced this morning. Nothing out there right now in the form of snow. In fact, here in Dane County, we've actually got the continuation of those rain showers stretching right along the eastern part of the Beltline all the way down 14, heading down towards Oregon and heading down towards Stoughton and Janesville. Across the rest of southern Wisconsin, again, just a couple of isolated sprinkles and showers out there, and that's what's going to continue for the rest of the night tonight. Just a few showers out there, a little bit more painted here, I think, than what we're really going to see. But the takeaway is rain shower activity, not snow shower activity for the rest of our evening here. The melting will continue, and the winds will slowly ease on up, and we're going to track those momentarily. So we plan the rest of our night tonight. Again, just a couple of drops out there. Jacob will join you tonight at 10 o'clock with temperatures still at 42 degrees. Normal highs are in the mid-30s this time of year, so even at 10 o'clock, we're going to be well above that. Windy, no doubt today. Wind gusts 35 to near 40 miles per hour. Let's track those winds going down. By the time we get to 10 o'clock tonight, wind gusts over southwestern Wisconsin, this is the open prairies, will still be in the 30-mile-per-hour range, if not 35-mile-per-hour range. As we get into Friday morning, we ease up a bit, 20 to 25-mile-per-hour winds out of the northwest still. As we go through Friday afternoon into the evening, parts of southwestern Wisconsin, just west of Madison, barely wind gusts at all. So the winds will ease up almost completely by the time we get to the 10 o'clock newscast tomorrow night, and I'll be here for that newscast as well. 38 degrees to start off your Friday morning, then we'll warm on up into the lower, maybe mid-40s, but it will be a cloudy day on Friday. Verify that with Future Track. No precipitation. Could we have a sprinkle? Sure, but not very likely. Cloudy conditions, though, will be likely across southern Wisconsin. I said we're going to talk about more storm activity. We've got one for Sunday and Monday with a light mix expected across southern Wisconsin. A Thanksgiving storm looks likely to the south of Wisconsin. We're going to keep a close eye on that. If it comes to the north a little bit, that could bring some precipitation into southern Wisconsin. And definitely keeping an eye on a consistent weather system in our weather models for that following weekend. Look as we march out next week, cooling off, and then that Saturday and Sunday following the shopping day Friday. Highs only in the 20s, breezy conditions, and snow shower activity. We'll be keeping a close eye on that because folks will be heading on home.
And coming up in sports, a historic season came to an end at Camp Randall. Could Potosi Cassville bring home a gold ball? Find out next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
For 5 years in a row, Fry Construction has been voted Madison's best roofer, and it's all thanks to you. Now we're giving back with a special offer. Get 24% off installation when you schedule a full roofing project with Fry Construction. Save big while keeping your home safe, warm, and energy efficient this winter. Don't just beautify your home, beautify it with the experts you trust. Call Fry Construction today to schedule your free consultation.
They've been rocking audiences for decades. It's Foghat. Performing live November 30th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells.
I just want to make
with special guest, The Empty Pockets. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster. Legendary rock band Foghat. Live in concert November 30th at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
I just this morning made a new hole in my belt, so that was super exciting.
Why are women everywhere choosing Sonobello, the advanced solution for permanent fat removal?
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm
nearly 50, y'all. And my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's best offer of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
Check it out, Snatch Waist. Loving the results. It will change your life. It did for me.
Call 1-888-510-6198 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
This is a cup of coffee. It's to go. Because here, you're on the move. Our team coordinates all your appointments so you see all the experts you need quicker. Because when you're facing a complex condition, it feels like time is being taken from you. So, we found a way to give it back. Welcome to East Park Medical Center. UW Health. Remarkable.
It's been a historic season for Potosi-Cassville. The Chieftains advanced the state for the first time as a co-op. Well, now it's time to cap off that undefeated season with a Division VII state title. Just have to beat last year's champ, Edgar. Now, Mark Siegert has a saying, it's always sunny and 75. Safe to say his team bought into that mindset. First quarter, though, Wildcats were on the move. Will Hackle goes straight up the gut from 10 yards out to make it 6-0 Edgar. Then later, more Wildcats. This time, it's Maverick Butt running right into your living room. That makes it a 2-score game, and Potosi-Cassville comes up short in the final. Chieftains finish runner-up in D7.
Everybody wants to hoist that gold ball, and like I said, I thought we had what it takes to get it done, and I'll go to my grave knowing that. But just today, we just didn't get it done. I'm really proud of them, and they checked every single box. There's nothing to be ashamed of here. So, so I'm just really proud of these guys.
And don't forget to check out this week's Wisconsin Huddle with Tubby Walker on Friday. But first, let's take a sneak peek at this week's Huddle Unleashed with Austin Brown in a very confusing game called What Am I? And welcome into this week's Wisconsin Huddle Unleashed. I'm Zach Hanley alongside Austin Brown, and we're going to play the What Am I game. Ever played this? Ever heard of it?
I have not. No, it's my first time.
I hate this game. And I picked it.
Hospital?
It's not a hospital, but it's not a hospital. Am I gonna kick myself when I see this?
100%.
So many things are going through my head right now.
It's hard. You get like lost. I'm like, yo.
Do you get like sweaty with this?
If you do, you need to seek help. I'd say that.
Safe to say we were not good at that game at all.
Zach, thank you. Let's go to Alex. Final check of the forecast.
Good news. Alert day conditions are done. A few rain showers tonight. Melting will continue. Slick conditions, that should be gone by morning. The winds will ease up by the time we get later into Friday. Beautiful weekend ahead. Highs in the 40s. Then a mix on Sunday going into Monday. Turkey Day looking dry right now.
Good stuff. All right. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks for joining us at 6.
See you back.